All right, in the last video, we got that little red portion right there, 1C. We got that graphed. Let's go ahead and now look at how we could connect that to this piece coming off of the left there. So it might be a good idea to use different colors to help you know what your different equations are. I think that would help you stay organized later on. But I want to graph that now. So looking at that, it looks to me like it is going to be an ellipse. It looks like it's a little more vertical up and down than it is side to side. So let's go ahead and write this equation for an ellipse. So I need to find my center. So in the same way as before, whatever this x value is going to be the x value of the center of my ellipse. And we already found that point. So it might be a good idea to record distinct important points on there that you've already used in order to make things line up nicely. So I know that that was the side of my circle. So based off of the work that I've done already, I have found that point to be 22, 44. You want to match these things up in every opportunity to do so. So I found that point previously, so I'm using that same point. What is this point right here? Well, that point looks like it is an x value of 15, 14, 13, and a y value of 31. So 13 and 31. So from that, I should be able to identify my center, and I should be able to write the equation of that ellipse. Pause. I hate this program. Pausing. So based off of the work that you have done in your conics packet work earlier in the last week, you should be able to come up with this equation right here. Notice I only want the top half of that ellipse, so I am only doing plus that square root right there. Think about restrictions on the domain. I want to stop graphing at this x value of 22. So I need to put this whole thing in parentheses like that and divide it by x is less than or equal to 22, just like that. So let's go ahead and enter this into our calculator. So I'm going to go back to my program. I am going to edit my program. I'm going to go down using alpha down to jump quicker. Now, instead of entering it below my previous one, I'm actually going to enter it above. So I'm going to highlight draw F. I'm going to hit second delete to insert a row by now hitting enter. By doing that and graphing above the previous one, you will graph your newest line first, so you'll be able to check your progress more quickly without having to watch the entire program graph. So now enter what we want to graph, just like before. If you don't remember how, watch the previous video. So once you have the equation entered as you want it, again, quit out, and now hit enter again to rerun that program. It's going to graph the new one first, and then it's going to graph the second one, and you'll notice that it does not quite line up, which is totally frustrating. The reason that is not lining up perfectly, although we know it should line up perfectly based off of our equations that we've done, we know that those 2 points should be the same, is because your calculator cannot graph the vertical part of a function. Very close to the left side of that circle right there, your graph is almost vertical. Your calculator is really bad at drawing that. So we need to address this issue by filling in that little gap with a line. So I'll show you in the next video how to fill in a small gap using the line feature. Hopefully it's going okay so far.